Hey guys, it's Nia giving you a little brown sugar and honey. I am back with another video. Today I will be explaining how my life is with sickle cell. As a lot of people know, not really, I have sickle cell disease. Just to be explaining about how it is living with sickle cell, the lifestyle I've been having my whole entire life, how it is with healthcare, dating, the struggles of sickle cell, all that. So September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, which is why I really wanted to do this in this month, because a lot of people do not know about sickle cell, which is really bad, because it's a really serious disease. Explain what sickle cell is. It's a disorder caused by red blood cells that become misshaped. That's why it's called sickle cell. You know how regular red blood cells are round? Well, ours is reshaping into a sickle size, like a banana, like a crescent moon. Yeah. It is inherited from my parents. Both of them had the trait, and I was the one out of the kids that got it. It's 4 of us, so 1 out of 4, you know. And our cells die off really early. It leaves us with a shortage of red blood cells, which is makes it kind of hard for us to fight off certain diseases. And it blocks the blood flow in our body, which causes us to have pain. So that's why when I be like, I'm in pain, like I'm aching, it's from that. It's like the red blood cells sit in one spot, all clutter up together real tight, and it makes you ache wherever that is. One other thing that really contributes to the pain is cold air. I don't really like the cold, because it makes me ache, and it does not feel good. It's the most excruciating pain. People really do not understand how that feels. Healthcare. So in healthcare, a lot of people do not know what sickle cell is, and I remember since I was little, like, it's always been hard in hospitals, at doctor's offices, because people really just never understood the disease, or never understood the urgency of what we be going through. So most of the time in healthcare, like I said, they don't really know. They make us feel like addicts, because, like, let's say I'm in the hospital and they give me some pain medicine and it doesn't help. Like, I'm still in pain, I'm still over here hurting. So you ask for more pain medicine because the pain is just unbearable. And the first thing they'll say is, well, you can't take it because you already took this, or you have to wait a certain amount of time to take another dosage or something. And the first thing they go to is us being addicted to the drugs, just thinking we want to get a high off of it when we really need it for pain, which can be very frustrating because they don't feel what we feel. Like, it's really hard to explain. I know for me, like, when I try to tell people I'm aching, like, when I try to explain it, like, it's hard. Like, people just don't understand. And I feel like it's not fair that they, especially in the hospitals and stuff, that they don't really take that into consideration, like, that they're not actually going through it themselves. I wish that it has gotten better. I can say it has gotten better. I remember when I was little, I used to be in the hospital all the time. And they would just be slow. I ain't gonna flex, it was slow. Like, sticking me 5, 4, 6 times with IVs, not being able to find a vein when my vein is clearly right here. The biggest vein, the only vein in my body that they use to draw blood to give IVs, like they act like they slow. And it's really not funny because it can be very frustrating. Like, I remember back in the day, like, my mom used to have to really, like, cuss these people out because they didn't know what they was doing. Like, she would be the person that would always stand up for me. Her and my dad, my pops, they would always, be there by my side, because even though they really didn't feel what I was going through, they could tell that I was going through, like, I was in so much pain. So As for me living with sickle cell, in the beginning it was tough. When I was first born, I found out, of course, when I was first born, and I had to stay in the hospital for like a week or two for more tests and stuff like that. And it was, I don't know how it was. Honestly, I was just born. I mean, I don't remember. But I remember my mom was saying it was very stressful and just, it was a lot going on in that 1 week. Cause plus, like after I was born August 20th. So 9/11, I was still in the hospital, and my mama said she remember being in the hospital with me and watching it on the news, and it was just a lot. Yeah, like I remember when I was little, I was always sick in and out the hospital. I would miss a lot of things at school, and that too, like schools didn't understand, like other kids didn't understand. They would be like, where were you? And I was just like, I was sick, like, and then you'll say you got sickle cell, and they'll be like, oh, what is that? And then you have to explain it. But as a child, like as a kid, you really don't know how to explain it. I would tell people in elementary school and stuff, they'd be like, ew, is it contagious? It contagious? Am I gonna get it because I'm around you? Sickle cell is not a contagious disease. It is you get it when you're born. Like it is discovered when you are born, after birth. Like you don't just automatically, you can be 16 and say, oh my gosh, somebody gave me sickle cell. Like, it doesn't work like that. It's not that type of disease. You get it when you are born. Be very hard with school, trying to fit in and trying to still be a normal kid and do normal kid things, knowing you still have to go to hella doctor's appointments, take medicine every night, still in and out the hospital. People just really didn't understand. And I just honestly wish that it was more things that I could do back then for myself. But I didn't know, like I was little. I can't say that I would be shy. Like a lot of people didn't know until I really got to high school. Like that's when people really knew. But like people really didn't know. Like I would keep this shit a secret. I don't know why. I think a lot of us do that. I really don't have no good reason of why I've done it. Maybe not because it's embarrassing, but because people didn't understand. It was a lot to have to explain, and you're already probably aching throughout the day anyway. I'm not finna sit here and try to explain to somebody why I'm aching, where it come from, could they get it, da 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 da. So I would just skip the whole fuss and just be like, yeah, I was sick. Or like, but just don't tell them what I was sick with. Like, I would never really tell anybody that had sickle cell. By the time I got like 12, I was in the hospital and it was really bad. And I had to get like, how many pints of blood? Anyway, I had to get a blood transfusion. And because my hemoglobin was low. So that's because I don't have enough red blood cells, in my body to, help fight off things. So I had to get a blood transfusion, and after that, I was okay. I'm 20 now, so going on 8 years, I was good. I haven't been to the hospital, but recently I lost my record because recently back in July, at the end of July, I got sick real bad. Like I was just aching so bad, like my whole body, like I haven't ached like that in a long time. I was upset with myself because I felt like I was doing everything that I possibly could so I would not have to go to the hospital. I make sure that I do things at home that prevent me from going to the hospital. Manage my stuff at home, make sure I take my meds, make sure I have my pain meds, make sure I don't run out, make sure I have a heating blanket. Like I will sleep with a heating blanket every night, make sure I have a heating pad, take warm, nice baths, like little stuff like that, just to prevent me, like when I go to class, it be cold in classrooms. So I make sure I bring a coat, or I make sure I wear some pants, because if I sit there with some shorts on and a small, tiny ass shirt, I'm in there freezing cold to death, having a sickle cell crisis. And the more you just sit there and ignore it, like the worse it'll get. So you have to be on it, like Yeah. But I was recently in the hospital in July, and I had to get another blood transfusion because my hemoglobin was low. It dropped. And it's been 8 years since, the last time I had to get a blood transfusion. So I kind of felt good, like that I could manage it good enough that I didn't have to go to the hospital for that long. But I still kind of beat myself up about it, which I shouldn't have, because I don't have no control over it. Like, I try not to I will always tell myself, like, even back then, like when I was in middle school and stuff coming up, I was like, I do not need to let sickle cell affect my life. Like, I didn't want it to control it. I didn't want my whole world to revolve around sickle cell, which is probably another reason why I didn't tell that many people, because it was just like, sickle cell don't define me. Like, yes, it makes me different. Yes, it's different things I have to do. Yes, it's some things that I can't do or that I might miss out on because of sickle cell. But I didn't let it stop me. I was still playing sports, still getting out, like playing like with my friends. Like, I tried to have a normal kid life and, childhood. And my parents and my family guaranteed that. Like, they would make sure that I wouldn't have any back crisis, or if I did, I would stay home that day and recuperate so I can be able to go back to the next day. And it's like, you don't know when it's finna happen. Like, yes, I can feel myself finna ache, if that makes sense, but you don't know how severe it's going to be in that moment. Like, in July, I didn't think that I would have to go to the hospital. I was like, oh, just aching a little bit, take an ibuprofen, I'll be good. But that night, when I took ibuprofen, it wasn't working, so I took a stronger pill, try to help me, and that usually helps me. Usually knock me right out. I'd be knocked out, and then by the next morning, I'm okay. That didn't even work. It didn't even put me to sleep like it usually did. That's when I really knew that I had to get my ass up and go to the hospital, because it was serious at that point. It was nothing that I could physically do at home to maintain it. So I had to go to the hospital. I was gonna die. No cap. Like, sickle cell can kill you. Like, this is a real disease. Like, yeah, it's just important to be aware of this. That's another thing that kind of makes me upset. Not kind of, it does make me upset. Like, nobody knows about sickle cell. Like, nobody. Even the black folks, when it's a black disease, because only, that's what I call it a black disease, because only black people get it. It's only originated, like, in black folks, in African Americans. Only African Americans can get sickle cell, unless your daddy black or something. And white people don't even have the trait, do they? Anyway, so it's just depressing at how people don't even know about sickle cell. They be like, oh, what's that? But everybody know about cancer and leukemia and other stuff like that. Even though that stuff is important, but sickle cell is also important. It's an equal disease, I feel like. Yes, cancer is more deadly, but sickle cell is too. And people don't look at it like that. They don't. Once I got out of the hospital in July, like, I honestly probably should have stayed in longer than I did. But at that point, they was just giving me pills and stuff on the regular around the clock. I could do that at home. So I was like, I'm ready to go. They won't give me no more IV, no more Rocephalin. So I was like, it's time for me to go. I can do all this at home. I know how to do this. So I got myself up, because I already was feeling very depressed in the hospital. The hospital is very depressing, and it's like it made me feel like I'm never going to get better. And it had me thinking about back when I was little, about all them times I had to go in and out the hospital. Like, that gets annoying as hell. So I was really depressed, so I had to get up out of there. And when I got home, I was still very depressed. I wasn't talking for like 2-3 days. My face, I was very swollen in the face. I'm gonna put a picture, probably not. I'm gonna put a picture right here. My face was swollen, like like a chipmunk. Like, I was like, did I just get fat up in here? But this is just from all the fluids that they was giving me and stuff like that. It made me real puffy. Like I didn't like that. It made me depressed. And then I'm a bad bitch, obviously, and I looked like a sad bitch because I was sick. So it just made me even more mad. And like, sometimes I do sit back and be like, why? Like, why did I have to be the one that got this shit? But honestly, I feel like I got it for a reason. I feel like it made me who I am today. It made me strong. Like, without it, like, I would not be strong. You don't know how strong I am. You don't know. It's not just me. Clinic that I go to, we know a lot of other people with sickle cell. And I really like that because I never really knew nobody else with sickle cell. So to have somebody that go through the same thing that you do, even though all our stories is different and we go through different experiences, we're all the same. So it's nice to connect to somebody on that level. I know a lot of people with sickle cell right now that's stronger than me. Hell yeah, they stronger than me because they be more sick. Like, they be in and out the hospital, but it was different for them. Like, see, it's different for everybody else. Like, for me, it was bad when I was little, but it's okay now that I'm grown. But for some people, it was okay when they was little, but now that they're grown, it's like kind of bad. And it's just crazy how strong all of us is. Like, you really don't understand. Like, you have to be strong to have disease. You have to have faith. You have to keep going, believe in yourself, believe that you ain't gonna let this shit knock you down, because it really can. It can get real depressing. Like, having to take pills every day, making sure you take your pills, not trying to forget a day, is the hardest thing. Salute to y'all. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all my babies. Y'all my bitches. We gang. We tied down for life. Okay? Because, like, we the only ones that can really connect on this level, and we're the only ones that can really spread the word the best way, because we go through it. This is really just for the people that don't know anything about sickle cell, that don't really understand what we go through. It's nights I'm in here on my bed, but about crying because I'm just in pain so bad. Like, it really hurts. Like, and it's just crazy because, like I keep saying, like, I don't know who I would be without sickle cell. Like, I can't even imagine my life or my days without aching, which is crazy. Like, I have some good days, but then I have bad days where I really can't take the pain, and I have to chill and relax and take medication. And that's another thing. Like, sometimes I feel like it stops me from so much shit, but honestly, without it, I wouldn't have experienced the things that I have, met the people I've met. It's like it's so many good people in the clinic that I go to. They are really the bomb, A1. Like, they care about us. They take the disease serious. Of course, they see what we go through. One lady, her name is Miss Jackie, that's like our mom. She, like, I've known her since I was a baby. Like, she known me since I was a baby. Like, she literally watched us grow up and see how strong that we have been through this whole time. Like, that's the person I go to, I talk to. It's got Miss Charmaine, Miss Tamika. I can keep going. Like, the nurses, like, they really care about us, and they try to make our experience the best experience ever with sickle cell. So they do little things like, we go to camp every year for a week. I feel like it's a little getaway for us to be kids, like, to actually, well, it's between age, you know, I think like 6, 5, something like that, 5, 6. Anyway, it's from that to 18. Okay, so right now I be going as a volunteer because I'm a grown ass bitch now. Can't go as a camper no more. But it is really fun. It gives us an opportunity to be kids, to actually get out, to actually be able to participate in things without letting our sickle cell get in the way. And they also do these retreats, which is super fun because we go out Like one time we went to Raleigh and we went to this convention, this Sickle Cell convention, and we stayed in a nice hotel. And then after that, we went to like Dave and Buster's. Like they be decking us out too. Like it's just, without it, like I can't even imagine my life without it. Even though I'd be like, yeah, sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I wish I didn't have this, da 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 da. But like I said, it makes me who I am today. It shaped my life, and I'm gonna have it forever. I'm gonna have it till I die. But one of my biggest fears is dying from my sickle cell. I don't want to die from sickle cell. I don't want to die on my deathbed in pain from a sickness. Like, I don't want that to happen. Like that's, can't even imagine. Like, that's the worst ever. So that's why it's very important for us to get the word out about this shit. And even though people do know about sickle cell, but a lot of people don't. Like, a lot of people don't. And they think it's like a disease that isn't important, but it is. Let me get into dating real quick. Trying to date is super hard because dudes or whoever you're dating, they just don't understand. Either they don't understand where you're coming from. It's hard to be open with someone about sickle cell, about what you're really going through. And when you're in a relationship, they really see all of that life is a real relationship. So like, it's like, how would that work? Like, when it comes to settling down, having kids, this and that, like, it's a lot to think about, and it gives me a headache. But it would definitely get better. Yes, it might be worse before it get better, but it's gonna get better. And I just feel like without my sickle cell, I wouldn't be the bad bitch I am today. Period. So actually, I just love my sickle cell. I take that because I know I'm strong enough to get through it, and I know the Lord will always get me through it. I was born this way for a reason. It wasn't no goddamn coincidence. Everybody to be aware, research, ask questions, like, because it is very important, like, to get this out. Like, nobody really would know anything about it unless somebody in their family had it, or they have a kid that have it, or anything like that. Like, they'll just be like, okay, so this is my first time hearing about this disease. Like, what do I do? How do I go about it? How can I help? Da da da. Research. Do your research. Ask questions. Like, and honestly, it feels good when someone asks me, like, oh, or like, that's like really concerned about sickle cell and what it is and how it affects me and how my life is shaped around it. So yeah, you guys, this is my little sickle cell awareness video for the month. Every month should be sickle cell awareness month, but we'll stick with September. Just pray for me, y'all, because I do have some bad days, especially now since I've been in the hospital. I feel like my sickle cell went back up a notch, if that makes sense. Like, it toned down when I got that first blood transfusion, but now it's toned back up a little bit. So, and I be like, why? But everything happens for a reason. I try not to question God, and I don't question God because He know what He doing, okay? I'm the one that don't know what I'm doing, but he know what he doing. So yeah, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Unfortunately, I have class. I always do this to myself because I can go on and on and on and on. Trust me, like, I have so many stories, so many experiences that I have you like, and I know so many other people with that told me their experiences, and it's just not fair. Like the world just not fair at all. But yes, you guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the post notifications on to be notified every time I post a video. Make sure you follow me on my socials. I will put them right here somewhere. Follow me on TikTok at niyychanel_. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at minnie.now. Period. But yeah, you guys, please spread awareness sickle cell awareness, sickle cell is real. Bye.